All right. Hello, guys. Good evening. So, I thought that this was a really, really important video. And I'm just going to say this. And you can listen or you cannot listen. Okay. I want to talk to you guys about why witchcraft is not working. Why is it not working? Um, why maybe possibly your business is failing in the craft, or especially if you're a client and some of your outcomes that you guys want might be delayed. And let me just state my credentials. I have been successfully running my business since 2015. Um, for the most part, I get pretty amazing reviews, and I've been doing this for a long time, okay, successfully. Here's the problem, and this is the reason why I counsel new clients on this all the time. Like, and it's kind of something that I don't know. I feel like even a lot of you women that come in, hold on. Give me a minute. Okay. So I always counsel my clients, and I let them know that you have to venerate the ancestors. You have to venerate the spirits that you are asking this stuff from. You can't just ask them for something and show no appreciation. And that is something that is your responsibility. Now, I've been in business, like I said, for 10 years almost. And most of the time, when you see a lot of these spiritualists and witches out here, their business essentially folds within the first 2 years. And it's obvious that it folds. And part of the reason, well, it's probably not the only reason, but I've noticed that people that I don't know, maybe it's because you get initiated by certain systems, you get initiated into certain systems, and they don't necessarily teach you the importance of the Sabbats, which is the equinoxes. And it's not about that particular deity. That's just like Ostarith. You don't necessarily have to honor Ostara per se, but according to your spirit guides is who you should honor, okay? Is who you should venerate. So I let my clients know, it is a requirement. It's almost a requirement for you to participate in my Sabbats. And, that costs money, right? That costs money to make offerings to these spirits. And sometimes they don't necessarily need food offerings, but they may want other stuff. Like it ain't even about the food. Okay. So, and then also when you practice, you know, when, see, I'm a very expressive person. So when I'm doing a ritual, I'm actually speaking to spirit. I'm not afraid to talk to spirit because I know it's there, right? So there's some people that they feel kind of funny about doing that. And that doesn't necessarily mean that your spells are not going to work, but you're you're not necessarily connecting to that energy. There's no connection. So these spirits and these deities that you want to help bring you justice or to help you, all of them, every last one of them, okay, have some kind of connection with God, with the source, okay? And I mean, there's some people running around here talking about their God. So they're definitely not going to venerate anybody because it's a delusion of grandeur. So you're going to lose with that. That's a loss automatically. It is. Okay? It's an automatic loss for you to feel as though you don't have to say thank you God for the blessings, or thank you to this God or that goddess that delivered that wish to you. And there's some people that are literally like that. There's some people that they can't even handle getting clients. It just drives them insane. So, um, especially in the Black community, a lot of Black people are looking at the Sabbats and the equinoxes as a white thing. Totally ridiculous. So I believe we have 8 equinoxes per year and Sabbats. So that would mean every 6 weeks. So it's pretty much a good rule of thumb to, I know that for me as a witch, I participate in every Sabbath. Okay. That's just me. You don't have to necessarily do it. And see, you're talking to somebody that has consistently lived off of, I make a living. I do this full time. So there's some witches that are witches and they work full time. So they don't earn a bulk of their income with witchcraft. They have other jobs. And even some of the witchy content creators, they're not doing it full time. If you're somebody like me that does it full time, then it would be important to stay on top of things. Otherwise, you're going to be pretty much out in the cold. And when it comes to clients, it is important for you to venerate your ancestors and your spirit guides. And a lot of you guys, you either refuse to do it and you sit there and you want something and you want something, but you don't necessarily want to give it in return. Listen, what you're paying me for the materials that it takes, the labor, and the actual ritual, the time that I spend. You're paying for my time. That's a separate thing. That's completely separate. Completely. So, and what I usually suggest is, on the Sabbaths, if you're not going to participate, Grab a banana, grab an apple, grab a piece of bread and a glass of water, put it on your kitchen table and say, hey, I want to make this offering to my ancestors for the things that you have provided. Because and that's another thing, a lot of y'all, that social media is has way too much power over you. You do. You constantly looking in social media for answers instead of looking to God. God is not in social media. God is all around you. Social media is just social media. So, for example, if you're working, if you're getting a case worked where it's usually with love clients, y'all will just stay in social media, and social media rules your mood. It totally rules over everything. Okay. And people, in particular people that are against you, they're going to post things in social media to piss you off, even if it's the truth. I mean, even if it's a lie, they're still going to say it. So anyway, let's get off of that subject. You have to venerate these spirits. You can't just say, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this. You can't do that. That's the reason why witchcraft fails for most people. For most people, you know, when witchcraft failed, then they start a YouTube channel, either talking about celebrities, uh, you know, celebrities, or I'm gonna tell you exactly what they do when their businesses fail. They start biting off of celebrities, or what's the other thing that they do? Oh my goodness, I just had it. I don't know why I lost it. Either they do that or they go back to the church. You'll see them making videos, eh, you know, saying that, and it's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but they're usually rebuking witchcraft as if it's something wrong with it. But the problem is that you were not grateful enough. You weren't. You were an ingrate, and then probably a little impatient. Okay. And those of you that have love interests and stuff, what y'all will do is y'all will end up going to somebody that is going to um conjure a demon that's just going to eat the soul of your partner. Then you need a soul retrieval. Hold on, y'all. And that's it, hold on. All right. That's the God to honest truth about the craft. That's just like, you know, agriculture is set up around the solstices too, when people plant their seeds. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. So that's why it failed you. And you can't just say, oh, the Sabbats, that's white people stuff. Like, I've heard people say that. Like, and I'm just like, wow. So, mm, and it's not, it's, you're trying to participate in in a system that revolves around the equinoxes and the moons, you know. That's just like somebody saying, hey, there's a witch that's been that there's a witch. Okay, let me give y'all this scenario. If a witch that's been practicing for 35 years teaches me a spell and she says only do this ritual during the full moon, and this witch got everything, you know, she got everything. She done, you know, she done manifested like a castle with a gate, you know. But she gives me that ritual and she says, only do this, Jamila, during the full moon. And I know that she knows what she's talking about because she done wrote a book. She got, you know, it's just, it's obvious that she has progressed a lot, right? Obviously, you know. And I go and I say, screw her, I'm gonna do it right now, even though the moon is at 60%. Why would you do that? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay. And you know, it's just it just is what it is. You can't, like, you know, you see people that are supposed to be practicing witchcraft and they're like fighting against the Sabbats, and it doesn't make any sense. You're conjuring failure is pretty much what you're doing. Very, very important. And I've heard witches say you don't have to celebrate each Sabbath and you don't have to do every last one of them. But if I just started doing work on you for you in November or December, and we done had Ostara, Beltane, you know, the winter solstice, and you know, and so you have to do what you can, what you're supposed to do. And it's not that you're bowing down. You know, some people, they're just like, you know, this is where people think that their money can pay for everything, but money can't necessarily pay for everything. And I do go over that with y'all. Not only that, I remind you, I send out reminders. And you know, so and well, for my clients, I do, I send out reminders, but I always talk about, that's the one thing. It ain't you know, it's not even about the Sabbats. I do think that timing is everything, though. Obviously, I mean, you're talking about a system that was developed millions, like probably eons ago, like the, you know, and you're gonna tell them, you're gonna tell Ostara or the goddess Brigid, um, you're gonna tell them what you gonna tell them what it is. You gonna tell them that you know. When the ones that came before you, what they did worked for them. And I've done many, y'all, I done did so many spells in the past week, and I know that every last one of them are gonna work. And it doesn't matter what what somebody is doing, and it I'm telling you what's real, right? And then I also think that a few of you need to stop watching the drama in these sectors, because some of y'all do come directly from YouTube, and y'all be knowing about these dramas in these sectors. Y'all need to ignore all of that, because none of it is based in reality. None of it. So that's another mistake that y'all making. Y'all try to judge everything based upon social media. And then you post all of your business in social media as well. Stop posting your business in social media. You're making things harder for yourself. Okay. You're not a witch that practices every day, right? You don't practice every day. You don't have things put into place, because your enemies, one way or the other, your spiritual enemies, people that are practicing dark magic against you, they are watching your social media. And if post every good thing that's happening for yourself, like if your man buy you a new watch or ring or necklace, a tennis bracelet. "Oh, look at this tennis bracelet he bought me." And you got a psychopathic enemy that is, this person chasing you, stalking you. He or she want to be you, and you just keep posting all that stuff. Then they're going to throw obstacles at your goals. So you got to keep it all low key. "Hey, y'all, I just got a job and I'm working at this place." And yeah, and then next thing you know, a week after you watching a week after you start your job, you having problems. You having issues on the job. You be wondering why. And some of y'all I be seeing on Facebook, y'all be posting y'all be posting y'all exact location, and where you works at, wherever it is, Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example. I work at Applebee's, and then you got enemies, and they like, "Oh, they work at Applebee's." Next thing you know, I done lost my job. Y'all tell people too much of y'all business in detail. Like, what do y'all think, social media is a confession booth or something? Come on now. If you have protection put into place in social media, yeah, you can do that. You can say whatever you want to say. Right? But a lot of y'all don't, y'all just be like, no protection all out here, and then and then next thing you know, oh, what happened? And it be some real foul stuff that you be feeling some type of way about. you know. So, sometimes if you doing, if you having, especially if you got a man doing something for you, oh God, you have a man doing something for you, like for example, He done gave you some money, done gave you thousands of dollars. You do need to keep that to yourself, because people that are jealous of you, they sitting back fuming and farting and burping and mad, and you going, oh, so and so gave me this, and they sitting up there looking at you, and that includes family members too. Family will get jealous. Okay, then next thing them females that don't like you, the ones with the Jezebel spirit in them, because Jezebel real jealous. She real jealous. She trying to hold everybody hostage. you know. I don't mean to laugh, you know what I'm saying? But it just, clearly there's a lot of people that are just not having a great day. And I'm telling you why you're not having a great day. That's the reason why. And that's if you're single or got a man. You sitting up there probably got a man next to you, and you feel like you getting ready to just die. You probably got everything you want. You just feeling like, just like you ready to just bite everybody's head off. You know, because you're not saying thank you to the spirits that you're working with. And I don't and all of that costs money. You know what I'm saying? It does. Okay. So I don't know. The next Sabbath is summer solstice, and y'all gonna be in social media instead of. I don't give a damn what's going on in social media. In fact, I'm not even posting my summer solstice in social media. That's like a day before my birthday. I ain't posting nothing in social media. And everybody don't post everything in social media. There are a lot of people, I would say at least half of this world don't touch social media. And you got to have discernment about that. I mean, you might as well just tell people, just and you're just not covered or cloaked, you just everything is just out there. Like every little detail, you posting it. Oh, my stomach was hurting earlier, and ooh, why my stomach hurting? Oh, y'all, I'm headed to the hospital. I got another y'all just tell everything, and you tell too many people your business too. Okay, then during the Sabbats, a lot of you melanated people, the enemy got some kind of clown shit going on in social media, and you paying more attention to that than your spirit guides, and that's clown shit. That shit ain't even real, and you just ears glued, just taking it all in, you know. And I don't know. I don't really know most of these people in social media, but they'll do that. They'll live and breathe in negativity all day and night, low vibrational stuff, and then come to social media and say, Jamila, you did this to me. You cursed me, Jamila. No, I just told you to, I just pretty much told your spirits to stay away from me because we don't get along. I ain't did nothing to you. You did it to yourself. You the one can't stop. You cannot stop watching people that are cursing you. Like those people are literally cursing you, like in your face, and you just like, uh huh. I reckon that. And then you lay down and you go to sleep. You don't even, hell, you don't even bother to cut a lemon in half and rub it on your forehead. Do something. Shit, you know? Y'all pay way too much attention and y'all listen to y'all enemies too. Your enemy can come up to you and tell you, hey, we're having a battle and I'm gonna, you're gonna lose. And and I done told you that you're not gonna lose and you listen to the other person. And then that's when you start falling prey. Now you're prey for somebody else. You think you y'all think, oh Lord, I listen to God. I don't listen to nobody else. Even if you married, it's always God first. Hey Kelly, I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, why you sometimes your husband might even act stupid. And at that time, that's when it's time for you to listen to God. And I don't mean that I ain't trying to sound like no preacher or nothing. Okay, let's say spirit guides, a spirit goddess. You can call God goddess, same thing. Okay. Because God communicates with you in different ways. I truly believe that, especially when it comes to the different deities and stuff. God, I'm in the bathroom. What? Oh, yeah. I'm in the bathroom, y'all. Yeah, man, just every little step you take, you know, and you can't do that all the time, man. But I mean, honestly, but back to what I was talking about though. Even when your mama acting a fool, or anybody acting a fool doing something you don't like to do, you go to God first. You don't, that's just that's just the way that it is. Anytime anything happens, anything weird happen, I go and I talk to God. I'm like, God, what's going on? They give me the info. I keep it moving. Y'all just be like, skirt, what's going on? And then y'all immediately block out. Y'all block it out. You don't listen to God. That's when you start listening to something else. And then people step in, and the next thing you know, they puppeteering you, and then you have a fake God. I guess, what is that, a demigod or something? I don't know. I'm joking. Um, so then you're not listening to source. Then you got people sending you these negative telepathic messages instead of God. And then you don't hear God. You just, and the next thing you know, your chest heavy, you feeling sick, and you scared. And I don't see how God, all of my spirits are telling, because there's a lot of people that's in my circle. I got people in my circle that are going through it. I ain't scared of none of that. Going through it, when I accepted them as clients, they going through a lot. It's a lot to take on, right? And God is telling those people, at least my collective, the people that I'm working with, telling them, don't be scared. Just listen. Quit being scared. Don't fear that. Don't fear what your enemy is telling you. Why would you listen to an enemy, somebody that's, you know what I'm saying? Because let's face it, you already know how psychopathic they are. Goodness gracious. And what you listening to them for? Because, yeah, they are trying to communicate with you. If they have some way to text you or call you, or, they're communicating. And they want you to listen to them. They don't want you to listen to your spirit guides or your angels or God. They don't want you to listen to them. They want you to listen to them. Okay, they want they you know they and that's how you know how you access God is through your mind. That you know your mind is what connects you to God. Your third eye as well as your crown. Your whole head is what connects you to God. Okay? So, I hope that this helps some people, but definitely, definitely, definitely do the Sabbats. I actually have some clients, they and they're smart for doing that. You know what some of my clients will do? They will go back and purchase my previous Sabbats and it ain't even going on no more. And they'll go back and they'll just, they'll be like, I missed this one, Jamila. Let me go ahead and do this because they know that that's what they're doing. They're showing appreciation. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you guys. And I don't know, maybe, yeah, you gotta you gotta be careful, what you listen to, because in another 20 years, well, I don't want to say 20 years, good grief, I'll be 60 then. Let's say in another 5 years, y'all see where I'm at. Y'all be looking at where I'm at and y'all be like, damn, why didn't I listen to her? Why not listen to her? You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. That's the message. I'll see y'all later. Bless, bless.